All right, Sal, can you hear me, my man?
I can. What's up, bud? How you doing?
Awesome. What's up? Good to see you.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Good. This is going to
Yeah,
be the first real podcast for
it'll
Trendsetterz
be
Arm
fun.
Wrestling, the first official. So you're really my first official guest.
Well, thank you for that. Thanks for
Couldn't
having
be
me.
a better person. Been talking to me in the background, giving me encouragement and all kind of stuff, man. I
Yeah,
couldn't
man.
thank you more for that. Telling me I'm
Oh, you're
doing
welcome,
good.
man.
Give me the right encouragement to love the sport like I do now.
Man, you're doing great, man. I love your progression over the year, man. It's fun to watch you over the past year, man, progress. I think you're doing great, man. I think you're doing great things for the sport, and it's fun to have you around as a competitor too. So I know you're
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there. I know you're hungry. I know you're
Yeah, I'm
hungry. So I'm
hungry,
like, man,
I'm meeting all these Louisiana guys, how strong they are, and I'm like, man, and nobody's really, we're not getting out there like I think we should be. So maybe this will help us get out there, and some people might see this and be like, man, I'm going to there. I want to go beat them. I'm going to their tournament over there, you know. So it could help the
yeah, that'd be
promoters. It
cool.
could help everything, you know, Chop and all, making sure more people show up to his. It's pretty interesting. I got this guy, he hit me up on Messenger. He lives in Leesville. It's about
Okay.
3.5 hours from me, but he's like, man, look, I'll pay you to come. We don't have no good arm wrestlers over here. We just kind of started a thing by ourselves, and I think that he said there's like five of them, him, his brother, and they're like three and a half,
Okay.
4 months in or so, and they're like, man, I'll give you
What
two hundred
what
dollars if
days?
you come over here, you know, and I'm like, dang, that's awesome. Get paid to come to a practice, and I'm like, I mean, that if things go like that in arm wrestling for me, just a little by little, that'd be pretty cool. I think.
They will, man. You came a long way, like I said, the past year. So what days those guys host practice out there?
Well, the thing is, I'm off on Tuesday and Wednesdays. We was gonna set it up for Wednesday, and I was trying to find somebody to come with me, and this will help try to find somebody too. You know, Nicholas Babin. He said
I
he's
do.
off on
I know.
Thursdays, so I already changed my days at work to where I could be off on Thursday, the same day we practice at my club, and I might go out there and because them guys, you know, they never like hit a brick wall, or nobody's ever really. One of the guys, they can't beat them, you know. One of
Right.
the older
I
brother, you
spoke
know, he
to
never had anybody. Yeah,
yeah, I spoke to Bundy at the tournament in Alabama, and he said he's looking forward possibly putting something together on a Saturday if we can get enough people together. But I know the time limit was he was kind of vague, not really vague on the time. He said I think before
yeah,
March, but it's probably too soon.
yeah. We'd have to find a venue and all. There's plenty around, you know, especially by his house. I don't know if you ever noticed coming in to Lafitte Highway, that big old. Um, I don't know what it is. I think it's a seafood market kind of, but it's got a big pavilion over it, big old
Okay.
giant one. Thought that'd be a cool spot. No,
I think I do. I have some family that owns Liberty Cafe. A huge shout out to them. Right there in Houma,
oh
Liberty Cafe. We have access to the full upstairs. It'd be like a private event if that's an option. But I know Homa's a lot of it's far for Denham Spring guys to get there. People from
yeah,
Monroe, so
I'd be good
I
with
think we
something in
need to.
Baton Rouge. To be honest with you, that's the state capital. I mean,
If we
something
can get
big
enough people
at
together,
the state capital, you know, in the state
if we
capital
can get enough,
city.
yeah, that'd be cool. I know, like a few people have connections with like Wild Wings and all that. I know. I'm sure we can probably get in there.
Yeah,
Um, just gonna ask around, man.
yeah, definitely. We need to do something. Look like that tournament that I think Levi and them's having. I googled that. That's 5.5 hours away. I'm like, man, that's further than Crawdad's
Yeah,
practice over there. Yeah,
I know.
I was thinking about
I'm
trying to
gonna.
get that Saturday off, but it's just such a far
Yeah,
trip.
it's tough, man. I know. I've been traveling, with training with different people, man, over the years. I mean, I'm kind of in a central location, so
Yeah,
I'll go to Evangeline, go with Chop. He's about an hour and 10 minutes, Chop Bertrand, and then I'll go into Baton Rouge and training with those guys like Craig and
yeah, you got a good spot right there
there's
for
a
that.
bunch of guys. And then I don't mind coming out to you guys every once in a while too. But you guys are 3.5 hours for me. I don't mind starting
Late
practice at
practice.
7 o'clock, but man, I get home at 1:30, 2 in the morning. It's late.
Yeah, that's rough, and I can't believe y'all have made it twice the last year.
Yeah, it's
So
fun, man.
maybe three times. I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe three. Yeah, 2 or 3
yeah,
times for sure. You know, I tried to make
yeah.
it like an every 2 3 month thing, but it's tough sometimes.
And if my work didn't prevent me from being off on the weekend, I'd be all over the place. Me, I know you could tell I would be just hitting everything
Yeah, for
on
sure.
Saturdays, but it is what it is. I got 4 tournaments that I'm about to go to, so that's good.
What you got coming up?
Well, I wrote them down so I wouldn't be fumbling my words too much on here with all these dates and all. I know the next one is the PAL Bayou Classic with
Okay.
Sean Hancock. That's Boom Premium Productions. I want to give a shout out to all these promoters when I say anything about their events. They're doing great things for us. That is October 19th. No, 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 no. Hold on. Did I write the wrong one down? No, okay, yeah. That's October 19th. That's the one I haven't put in for off yet, so I need to get
Okay.
that. Bayou Muscle, that's the one March 30th.
Yep.
That's hashtag Spring Madness. That's Denise and Leonard, the
That's gonna be a fun
USAA.
one, man. That should be
I
a
think
fun
so too.
fun
I
little
like the
turnout.
little. I really like their little medals, man. They got a little gator in it, and it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what Travis Bajan said on his little post a couple days ago. He said, man, I'd rather put that money on a tournament, and let the guys battle it out. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That'd be cool, huh? Then they got, of course, May 4th, Louisiana State. Let's see if we can get. Last
You
year, how
ready for
many?
that one?
Man, don't play with me, dude. I'm trying to be. I'm trying so hard to be. I just don't know because I'm learning more about the sport every day, and I don't like to be unrealistic about where I'm at. You know what I mean? I know I'm a pretty big boy. I got pretty natural talent, but at the same time, this these tendons in between my arm right here, I don't know if I've worked them in like 1 year and a couple months enough to withstand some of these boys.
Yeah, but it only takes that one time, though. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty fast. I'm gonna give it hell. You know what I mean? I do want to win, so I definitely do want to win. We all want to win, but just
Yeah, for sure.
trying to put the work in. That's kind of like the theme of this. I wanted to say I wrote something down. Arm wrestling is like everything in life. The more you work, the more work you put in, the more you're gonna get out of it. So
Love it. Love it.
you just gotta.
That's good, man.
And then I think when I say stuff like that, I think of Devin Lorette. Like that man, he's putting
Woo.
it in hard work. So if you're not working as hard as that man, you better have a lot more natural talent than him to
Well,
ever,
what inspires me
impress
about
me.
that is his age, because like, I'm coming towards, I tell myself I got 10 years left. I'm 42 years
Right.
old. So I'm like, all right, I got 10 years left. But then I look at guys like John Brzenk, Devin, and I'm like, man, look at these guys. They're 64. Ron Bath, he's what,
See, I love
60,
how we talk because that
you
just
know,
gets me excited. Everything you're
it's
saying. 'Cause
amazing, man. Right.
right before I
Right.
got on here, I'm looking at the little clips, man, and there's John Brzenk holding Mike Ao, just
Love it.
stonewalling him. Nah, just some back. Mike's been out for a while. There's not Mike, strong guy, strong guy.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
just think,
have,
I just think, yeah, man. I just think arm wrestling, man, is kind of one of the things. If you're passionate about it, it's just in you. You want to do it for, you get your
yeah,
own reasons, man. Some guys like to be competitive. Some guys like to be in center of attention. Some guys just like the sport.
yep. I love it, man. So far, I love it. Gets me out the house doing things. Today was on Wednesday. It's me and my wife's day, kind of. She lets me get away with a few things, but we washed her car today, and the whole time I'm drying it off and washing it, I'm like, oh man, this is great for arm wrestling. You
Yeah.
just you transfer everything
Wax
into
on,
arm wrestling.
wax off.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, just the finger strand, blood flow going through my hands. once I thought of that, I started I detailed the hell out of it just to use my
Hey, it
hands.
happens, man. It happens like that too. I find myself doing like little tasks around the house,
There he
doing
is.
totally different. Raking,
Yeah, man.
raking like this, or
Dude, I was untangled. Hey, what's up, Levi?
What's up, fellas? How y'all
Yo,
doing?
Levi,
Great,
how you doing,
man.
buddy?
Glad you can make it. I know you got some knowledge and you're doing a lot of things on YouTube and everything, man, with your fitness life. I like your videos. I've been following you pretty good bit.
Same.
This camera.
Got some big things coming, man.
What you got back there, man?
It's nice.
You got some
setup.
trophies back there? Yeah.
I like it. Look at you, boy.
A few gorillas.
Like it.
Look, you can barely see. I got a few little somethings.
Yeah, my wife is complaining about mine. I gotta clean mine out. So I got my East West West, my CAL. There's a couple. I got a bunch, but there's a bunch more in the closet too.
Bad over here. Y'all showing me up bad over
Louisiana
here.
State, baby.
That's awesome. How you doing, Levi?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just training hard. Just been focused on training and my clients this last few weeks. How about you guys? How y'all doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, man.
Good, man. Busy week so far, but good.
Yeah. Busy. Been working.
Looking forward to this Saturday, Sal?
I am, man. I'm looking forward to help out with Hope Fest in Lafayette. It's for the student union. It's gonna be a good time, man. I think it's gonna be a lot of people there, and we can get a good practice in too. That should be about. I'm sorry.
Is stuff like that the same every year?
Well, this is the third year doing it, so yeah, it's gonna only progress every year after that. Yeah.
Okay. It's just how I can put it on my calendar for next year where I can make things like this.
Right. So this will be the first time we do this, and so my son came to me. He's like, "Hey, you want to help out with Hope Fest?" And I'm like, well, "What you got in mind?" So we have a booth in the park, and then surrounding the booth is going to be like an Ironman competition, like a pull-up bar, who can hang the longest, and then who can be the arm wrestler. So I think the school gave us, I want to say, like $500 in gift cards. Now they don't want us to just blatantly hand them out. So, we just don't want to hurt anybody either. So it should be a good time, good turnout.
That is awesome.
Okay. I'm going to make a YouTube video and title it, Can These High School Boys Beat My Girlfriend in Arm Wrestling? And then put her pulling one of them on the thumbnail. It's going to be great.
Well, that's why I was really excited to get to have your girlfriend come, and I have a few others come. I think DJ Bertrand's coming, Chop's wife. So I think we have another lady coming, Emily. She trains with us every once in a while over there. So it should be fun.
Good deal. I'm looking forward to it. So what's on the venue for tonight, my fellas?
Well, my theme of me right now in the show, I said it earlier, arm wrestling. It's like everything else in life. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. So if you're trying to be the best, are you working harder than the next guy to be the best,
That's
or
right.
to get up there? Some people got natural talent, of course, can get up and be tough on, but you got to put the work in to try and get up there.
Yeah, commitment goes a long ways. The more committed you are to it being a part of your life and touching the weights and doing the movements for your fundamentals for your hand, the more you make that a part of your life, the better you're going to be.
Yeah, I was telling Sal right when you was coming in, I was washing my Ole's car today, and when I was drying it off, I'm like, man, this is great for my hands and everything. Blood flow, because I've been working out a lot. It's just a good blood flow workout and doing something productive. So, yeah.
I like it.
Been doing a lot. I'm only a year in, though, so got a lot to look forward to.
Well, you're doing great, man. I mean, you look good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
What tournament you planning on hitting this year?
This year I'm going to do the power. The next one is Bayou Muscle, the Spring Madness. You going to that one?
March 30th? No, I'm not.
It's in Kenner over here, so it's about the closest one I got to me.
Yeah.
That's what Denise and them's going to be doing that one. It is March 30th. So that's my next one. And then after that is the Louisiana State Championship in Jennings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think. Let me look at the dates. The 11th, May.
Doesn't Hancock have one coming to New Orleans too? I believe.
Yeah. That's Bayou Classic Boom Premium Productions, October 19th. But then they got the one in Sulphur. I went to that
I'm
one
gonna try to
last
make
year.
it to that one.
Sulphur. Yeah, that one is
No, I'm
June
gonna try to go to
22nd.
the
Oh, the one. Yeah, that
yeah.
one's in the middle of New Orleans. That should be cool, man. I like these ones that have the fitness expo, like this Bayou Muscle Spring Madness. I think that's cool, Levi. I don't
Yeah.
know if you got any products yet to put out, man. Looks
Just
like you headed
coaching.
that.
Just
Looks like you
coaching.
headed that way, though, man.
So I'm an online fitness coach. I'm a certified
Yeah.
nutritionist and
Yep.
strength coach, and that's the only thing there. I'm trying to stay focused on that and not worry about products at the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like those, and I love the idea of mixing bodybuilding with arm wrestling, putting the table in front of bodybuilders.
Yep.
But I'm not going to be able to make it this year. Only thing in Louisiana I'm going to be able to do this year is pull left-handed at Louisiana State. I have a big match at Monster Factory 2 weeks after
That's
Louisiana State.
amazing, dude.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave the
So when is the official date, Mr. Levi?
Hey, that's good news.
April 17th is the date we spoke about, but nothing's quite official yet. It's supposed to be getting a call next week from Michael.
Right. So tentatively. Right. So do you know what else? So you're doing the Friday night card or the Saturday?
Yeah. Friday night, the preliminary card. Yeah.
Very nice, man. So I should see you there too. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna pull Arkansas's number 3 guy. So we'll see what happens, man. Go Louisiana.
Yeah. It's number 1 154 in Arkansas versus number 1 154 in Louisiana.
Hey, there we go.
That's who they want me to pull. We've pulled in the past, and he was real fired up about it, but it wasn't a lot of work.
That guy they want that you might pull Sal's from Arkansas too, huh?
Yeah, he's
he is.
Yeah.
Well, when we were talking about it, it made sense. He was like, after my disaster in Sulphur last year with Joseph Rochelle hurting my shoulder, he kind of knocked me back a couple stages, and I wound up hanging around 3rd overall in supers, right-handed, and so it makes sense. A couple years back, a year back, he was like, "Hey, why don't you put one number 3 guy versus number 3 Louisiana guy?" But been kind of been going up there and gaining, since then. So we'll see. It should be an interesting match, man.
I think the Monster Factory is like the next step after. It seems like the way things are going in the South over here, that once you master all the tournaments, I think that's the next step is the Monster Factory. Unless y'all know something I don't know.
That are Arm Wars. That are Arm Wars. Or
yeah. They got Winter Blast up there now.
Yeah, I'm pulling that big super match at Winter Blast too.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah,
you getting out there, Levi. You doing a good job, man.
Levi, who you pulling in Winter Blast?
Kevin Palco for number 7 North America right-handed at 155. That's actually why I put KP's daddy right here.
Oh, yeah. There's the controversy, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Got to love arm wrestling.
Oh, yeah. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Last year, that tournament had 439 overall entries. So it was the second biggest tournament in the country.
Wow. So. That is the biggest. That is the biggest. Hopefully, we can get Louisiana that big.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And we got to get Leonard
we come on here and declare ourselves the best. I mean, somebody might get a little offended and come down here and try to show us something. But
yeah,
walking down here in Gator World is going to be tough,
It was really good a few years ago. Chop and Jonathan Breida, my opinion. This is all my opinion, what I'm about to say here. To each their own. I shall give a warning. Paul Italia helped Jonathan Breida and Chop Bertrand put it on a few years ago, and they were able to attract some really big super matches like Crossy versus Corey West, Jonathan Breida versus Jordan Sill. There was Jerome Loud, Craig Touye, and Dan Mosier in the class. It was awesome. That was the best Louisiana State.
Correction. I think it was Austin McGraw versus Jordan Sill, wasn't it?
Yeah, Breida pulled him left, Austin McGraw pulled him right.
Oh wow.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
2021. That was awesome. Personally, I don't know that Louisiana State's going to get there with Leonard and Denise running it. This is my personal opinion, but I hope so, man. I hope.
I mean, what it looks like to me is Chop works with them on this. I don't know. I don't know much in the promotion area. It just seems like some stuff they put together by themselves, then they'll have somebody come in and help them with it, like Chop does for Louisiana. Not sure how all that goes. That's pretty interesting to me, if anybody knows anything about that.
Yeah, so Chop's like the regional director for Louisiana for all the tournaments in Louisiana. It's kind of like pretty much every state has their own regional director. And to put on a tournament in that state, you talk to that regional director, right? Well, whenever Leonard and Denise talked to Chop, he was like, actually, I'd love to do it together. I need help putting it on. So it just made sense. They put on tournaments anyways, and it was his responsibility to get Louisiana State taken care of. He's kind of owned that one for the last several years. So
that's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot on him too. I'm sure. I don't know. We should have him on here too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Anybody wanted to invite him or something, just let me know. But I don't know that. It seems like last year. I wish I knew. I know it was over 250. If I'm not sure. I know it was over 250. I want to say it was like 264, something like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to lie though, but
entries.
Huh? Yeah, entries. Yeah, last year.
You're saying 250, really?
Yeah, 250 plus entries.
Oh, wow. Last year. I don't remember.
And the only reason I remember is Chop got up there and was talking about this is the biggest turnout we've ever had. So last year, that was the most entries we ever had. And hopefully we could do better this year. I mean, I was telling Sal earlier, they got some guys in where I said Leesville. It's northwest of
Leesville.
me.
It's about 45 minutes from me.
That's what I'm saying. They got these guys that want me to come arm wrestle, and they offered me a little bit of money to come over there and everything, just to see where they are. Guy's name's Forrest. I have to look. They got about 5 of them together over there, and I didn't know anybody that was close to them. I tried to tell them to go to Baton Rouge, go to Sal, go to Arm Militia up there where y'all, and everybody's kind of far from them, he said.
Yeah, I'm only 45 minutes. I need to, after we get done with here, send me a contact info on Facebook.
Forrest Grigg, him and his brother, they started a little something. They all amateurs with like 3 to 4 months in, and they seem really excited. So I want to go over there either way and get them a little more excited about the sport,
EMT?
Yeah,
Anacoco?
Forrest Grigg? What? Oh, yeah, Anacoco, yeah. That's where he said we'd have to go.
Yeah, he's not but like 30 minutes from my house.
That's crazy.
Down south anyways. You let me know when you want to set that up. We'll just bring them over here.
I think we're going to do it this coming Thursday. I don't know if you'll be able to make it on Thursday.
Yeah. See if you can get them to come to my house. It'd be closer for you, too. It'd have them coming 30 minutes south for you.
Okay, I'll ask them about that.
You're about an hour and 20 minutes from me, Levi.
Is it that far? Is it about that far?
About an hour and 15, yeah.
That's what they were saying.
You're in Houma, huh, Cole?
Yeah, I'm in Houma, yeah.
Yeah, if you're coming up from down south anyways, I mean, see if they can come down 30 minutes.
Trying to look, they gave me a place with a...
You can always take 90 to my house. We can ride together.
That's right. Straight to you. I like it over there where you live, too. I stayed over there for a little while one time.
Yeah, man, take 90 right to Bro Bridge and then hop in my car and we'll ride.
That's fire. I'd have to look through it a little better, but yeah, they fired. There's like 5 of them. He said his brothers they never been beat, so they want to test, see where they at because they doing you know how that is though,
I'm undefeated against never been beat guys.
Well, they know where they're at. They pretty much know I'm gonna come over there and just. That's what they need, though. They said they don't have no professionals around there, nobody to really show them what level they've made it to by themselves. They doing a lot of arm specific work.
Yeah, but they're gonna be depressed when they actually put the arm against a professional.
Yeah,
even like a 1 year pro in or 2 year pro in, especially someone like your caliber, man. You've been training with top tier guys the whole time you started. So I don't even think you're
They did ask me to bring a smaller.
It's not going to matter.
I know. Listen,
how much smaller? You want 300 pounds or 190, 198, or you want 178?
They asked for like a 176 guy. I was thinking, and I couldn't really think of nobody. But Nicholas comes arm wrestle with us sometimes. I didn't know Levi was that close, and if he was available,
Yeah.
So I never really talked to Levi that much before. So this is cool. I get to learn about him.
176 Levi or 185? What would you weigh now?
What?
I
Really?
compete at 54. I'm gonna always cut weight.
That's
compete at
crazy.
54. I walk around about 165 to 170. I think I was 166.5 this morning.
Man.
I don't have trouble with most 176 guys, to be honest.
Yeah, you pulled up with Cooch. His name's so hard to say.
Abelardo Carballo.
Abelardo, thank you.
That's my buddy. He's
I
even came up here
with names.
Even just a couple of weeks ago, he came up here, pulled all evening with me, spent the night. We pulled the next day, and then he went home.
He's a cool dude, man. He came out to my Mardi Gras thing I did.
I saw that on your story on Facebook.
Yeah, man. I was out there in the middle of the road offering people money if they could beat us, man. We arm wrestled till our arms were about to fall off, dude.
Yeah.
And
so I heard
just holding people that don't know what they're doing. That was a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sal. Poke on me.
I'm going to poke on. I heard Dalton Johnson came out there and handed your arm back to you.
Come up there and mopped me up. I don't know if I was tired. Dude's strong. He didn't take my money, so I respect him for that. But I did tell him I ain't pulling.
Hey, some of us more about pride, man.
Yeah. No, it didn't matter. My hand and wrist was completely wore out. I'm not making no excuse because he felt really good. I don't know what I could have did fresh or not. I'm a whole different person fresh most of the time, but you know how that goes.
He's strong. He's got a lot of year experience too, man. He's been pulling a long time, and he takes the kind of the Jerome Loud approach too. He stays real quiet, and you don't hear from him, and then he just shows up and dominates. He does really well,
Yeah, and he can talk. He can talk good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Levi knows him or not.
Dalton Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know him. I went down to the home to that Bayou State Championship where he used to
he just started working out again and all. So we might see him in some of these tournaments coming up that might have lit a little fire for him.
What about Gabe Maja that used to arm wrestle?
Gabe, arm wrestle with him about 6 months.
What about Ryan Commerdale too?
They were both there. I went to their house because they live closer to me than anybody, really. Mm-hmm. They had a little practice because Grant, where I pull, we wasn't having practice. So Kyle was going over there because Kyle used to pull with them, Kyle Abear. Mm-hmm. And he invited me to come over there, and that was cool. Gabe, he was strong, man.
Is he recovered from tearing his bicep?
Yeah, he's strong.
I do believe so, man. He was pulling me pretty good. He was kind of just putting tension, like bouncing off my arm, and then he just worked me down pretty good. He was impressive. Very fit guy, very strong guy.
Your boy Forrest Grigg has messaged me back, and he said, when is your next practice? Cole's coming down next Thursday to pull us, him and Nick Babin. I'm going to suggest y'all all come to my house.
Yeah, suggest, see what happens. That'll work too.
When?
Thursday evening.
Yeah,
Thursday
evening. Tomorrow, but next week, right?
Yeah, I switched my days around so I could try to go practice with them guys. Let them see where.
If you set up Thursday evening, I'll probably make that happen.
That'd be fire, man. That'd be awesome. Get some people with some knowledge over there to show them guys what's up. Because they seem eager to learn.
He said they know who I am because he said his friend has been dreaming to pull me for a long time.
I bet they know who you are, Levi. You getting out there, man. You're doing good. You're doing good. I hope more Louisiana people can get out there, man.
Hey, actually, if you guys are interested in doing something like this Hope Festival, I know a guy who owns a bar in Leesville. There's a few more arm wrestlers I know in Leesville. I'm going to connect these guys with them as well. There's a guy that owns a bar named Club Legend, and he told me that he would love for me to bring one of my bigger buddies, and he will put up money towards if anybody can beat the arm wrestler, they get a $50 bar tab.
Wow.
They have to pay $10 to try. And at the end of the day, we split it. So it'd be me and one of you guys would go, or one of you, right?
Well, you need one of these big guys that don't look so strong because
right. Well, honestly, you're perfect for it, Sal. I mean, you look strong. We know you're strong, but much more deceiving than Cole for
much
sure.
more deceiving, dude.
Yeah. So what it would
I'm
be
just
is
like,
under 12.
nobody wants to arm wrestle me.
Yeah. I would handle anybody under 200 pounds, and then the bigger guy have anybody over 200 pounds. So
Yeah, I found that out real
that's
quick.
still on the table. If you guys are interested in doing that, all I gotta do is make a phone call.
That would be badass, dude. I don't know if Sal's
Just call
up
me,
for
man.
it.
I travel a lot, so you just got to get me on my calendar, man. That's all.
That's it. I just need to know a couple months ahead of time so I can get my schedule at work. Because I work on the weekends, unfortunately, so I miss a lot of stuff that I would. Dude, if I didn't work on the weekends, I'd be seeing you all the time. I'd be seeing Sal. I'd be moving, on them weekends.
Yeah.
But that's my job, man.
Well, get with me, and I like hosting practices too. I can host one up here on a weekday even. Just get with me a few weeks ahead of time.
That's cool, man. If you can get some people together, all them militia and arms and all. I guess is that who you arm wrestle, or are you arm wrestling Baton Rouge?
I travel around everywhere, man. Everybody's at least an hour and a half from me, so I've got a team here I've built of about 8 or 10 guys.
Oh wow!
And then I'll drive up there every whenever they have big practices with the North Louisiana Armed Militia guy. I went to a few practices up there at Claude.
Oh, that's a couple hours north of you still?
About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half. And then there's guys in Shreveport, Oilfield. I would practice with them for a long time when I first started. And then I love Craig. Craig's awesome. And I've pulled with so many of those guys on his team down there. So even when Craig was gone in Utah and Dan in Austin were hosting practices, I was going down there practicing regularly.
Yeah.
So I like to get around. I like to grip a lot of different hands, and I like to get a feel from a lot of different people.
Well, that's what I want to do. And I'm, man, that's awesome. You offered to do some on the weekday because I get off any weekday. I could finagle a day off on the weekend. I'm a manager at an IHOP, and the managers, that's our busy time. So
yeah,
I got to be there.
Thursdays are good. I can usually make a Thursday evening at like 5 or 6. I can usually have at least 5 or 6 guys ready for that.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. We're gonna stay in touch then, man. Try to move this forward and get you on here a little while. We might not have a lot of people watch it at first, but when they hear us over here talking about how good of arm wrestlers Louisiana got, they're gonna start watching it a little bit,
That's right.
But where are you from, Levi?
Alexandria. I grew up just about 15, 20 minutes north of Alexandria. That's where I live now. Still just
right there, rooted hard, huh?
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Sal, where you from, man? You from a different land, huh?
Yeah, different land, man. Originally from upstate New York, man, the Catskills.
Yes, indeed. That's cool, man. Sure. You grew up out there, kind of.
I've been here 17 years now. So converted, well converted.
So a healthy amount of people over there still. Then probably.
No, I've been out of there for so many years, man. I started a whole new life. 16, 17 years ago, out of sight, out of mind, man.
That's what's up, man. Yep. Well, you definitely a Louisiana guy now, so whether you like it or not.
100%, man. Eat like you guys. I cook like y'all now. It's all good,
man. I don't know. It tastes good, but it definitely ain't good for you, huh? And it's hard to get around out here. I just ate.
You're right about that, man.
Po' boys and oyster.
You ain't lying.
But
we see you out there with them challenges, bro. I see you smacking them food challenges.
Man, that food challenge whooped my tail, dude. They had the steaks were no problem, the broccoli was no problem. They had this big old plate of chili cheese nachos. Oh man. I said, nope, I'm good on that. Started at first it tasted good, at the end it was like, everything was nasty. Got some guys in the chat.
Yeah, it reminds me of pancakes, man. I have the same problem with pancakes.
He said, what's up, guys? I'm Forrest's brother.
Who we got in there?
Who's this? Archer's Madhouse? I'm not sure who that is, but he said, Sal is for sure Louisiana now.
That's Marceline.
Oh, that's Marceline? I like Oh, yeah, Archer's. Okay. I like
Thank you, Marcy.
He's getting strong, too.
He is, man. He is.
See it in him.
He's like you too, man. He's inspired, man. He showed up one day and never left.
I tell you what, though, for anybody has any doubts about it, it's a fitness sport. So no matter what, you're gonna be feeling better in your life. You're gonna be eating better, moving around more. You know what I mean? That's really what it's done for me. I'm a big guy. If I sit around eating and watching TV all day, I'm just gonna blow up even bigger. So that's something arm wrestling did for me. So
Yeah, and you get nice forearms that the girls like too in the
yeah,
process.
man, I kind of was blessed with them already. So
Yeah.
now I get to define them though and make them look even
There
better.
you go. Time to do the chiseling part.
Yep. So Sal, how long you been pulling, man? How long?
I would say competing, competing about I would say 8 years competing. But I was inspired pulling my whole entire life, man. So a short story would be I remember walking home from the bus stop, 14, 15 years old. And the bus stop for me was about a mile and a half up the mountain. I lived on the top of a mountain, right?
Yeah.
So I would walk home, and Friday, all these guys, Eric Popovich and all these guys would be, arm wrestling out there, loud, hairband music, just going crazy, partying their asses off.
Hell yeah.
And they're all my brother's age and my sister's age, and they're like, "Hey, Sal, come arm wrestle with us." Well, I wound up going there a few times, and I'll get my ass kicked. But, for being 15, 16 years old, 14, 15, I was actually giving these guys a war. So even then, it inspired me, man. And then they were calling people from Newark, New Jersey, saying, "Yo, man, you wouldn't believe who's over here." They're like, "Who?" They're like, "Frankie Rios' little brother." They're like, "What? He's like 10 years old." "No, he's 15, and he's fucking strong." So that's kind of how I got into it, and then when I moved to Louisiana, I found Ryan Thames's tournament. It was, I think, Bayou State, 2016 maybe. I think that was my first tournament, 2015 possibly. So that was my first one, man. But I've always had it in my blood, man, since that movie Over the Top.
Yeah, of course.
I guess you watch that when you're a kid, you're like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And you just never know how, And then when I moved down here, I started meeting all the guys that do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. I found something I like to do, be competitive. Like you said, keeps me healthy. And, meeting all these guys, which I love, That's what inspires me to do it.
Hell yeah, I can feel that, man, because I'm stuck in a house all the time with nothing but women. So when I get to go arm wrestle with all these dudes, like, it feels good to be around some testosterone with all this.
It's good to cut out. Yeah, sometimes there's a little too much testosterone, and you got people, headbutting all the time. But it makes it fun.
Yep. So Levi, how long you been pulling, man?
Not yet. 5 years. May the 2nd of 2019 at Louisiana State was the first time I've ever seen an arm wrestling table.
Well, we got something in common a little bit. That's
Louisiana
my first
State
tournament. So
yeah,
that was my first tournament last year. So
yeah. So coming up on 5 years, but in that little less than 5 years time, I've pulled like 40 tournaments, 6 super matches, 3 round robins. It pulled in like 14 different states.
Yeah, man.
Just been obsessed. I got bit by the bug, and I've been obsessed ever since.
That's a crazy bug we getting bit by, huh? But it's a good time for it, man. Things like this podcast, everything getting out there, being on the internet seems like the way to go. What y'all think? You can't just show up to a tournament anymore and get big matches somewhere. You gotta make a little bit of a name for yourself. Get out here on podcasts, and YouTube, and
you got to promote yourself as a product. Unless you're just showing up and kicking ass at every tournament all the time, 4 or 5 times a year, where you have enough people bragging on you, you need to promote what you're doing, like my background here.
Yeah, man, I love that background. I'm gonna have to get my stuff set up, give me a little something like that, my little logo and all.
I'm actually blocking a bulldog here.
I see that. All I got so far, my old lady, she's been making these shirts for me, so kind of made it, and I like the little logo. I got it on the back of my truck and stuff.
Looks awesome.
Nice. Hey, Sal, are we gonna wear the Team Louisiana shirts?
You got to order some Louisiana shirts, man.
Yeah,
I was about to say, man. Chop actually, he got 24 new orders. So call them up, get them orders in.
4 of them are mine.
Good. Hey, are we gonna wear them Sal to Monster Factory? I think we should. Got our last name on it and Team Louisiana.
I,
I think to
I
get
would
on
I would like to.
Monster
Yeah,
Factory, you
yeah, I
have
would
to
like
wear
to.
one of his shirts, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm just, I'm not.
Even Chance
Yeah,
Shaw was not in his Hawaiian
Yeah.
shirt for
You're right.
Monster
It'd probably be a
Factory.
Monster Factory shirt, but that's cool too. That's what he wants us to do.
Monster Factory shirts are pretty cool though, man. You get to keep it, I'm pretty sure.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think he
that's
wants me back after we get all sweaty.
no, but I'm saying
yeah.
that's
I think
pretty,
it's gonna be. I think it's
pretty
gonna be a
cool.
Mox Factory shirt.
Speaking of that, I watched Michael one time reffing a tournament in Arkansas I went to. He got all sweaty and he went over and just grabbed the arm wrestling shirt, just wiped his sweat off with it, threw it in the trash.
Yes, indeed. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So you're in the 154, Sal, and Sal's a superweight. I know that. So, and Sal's ranked number 1 right now, right arm in Louisiana. We got our own
Right on
little rank.
Louisiana.
I told a few people about that. They think that's pretty cool. I'm not too sure what other states are doing, but I think what we got going on is pretty cool. Being able to call out a
I mean,
guy in
it helped
between.
out in the beginning. It's dying out a little bit though. It definitely helped out in the beginning. Got a little bit of feedback, a lot of super matches, but it's kind of like this in waves.
Well, I think
Yeah, as the
it,
tournaments start coming and you have that March
Yeah.
tournament in Louisiana State, the buzz will be back popped up.
well, that's what I think. After the tournaments phase out, then we start pulling again, calling people out and stuff. During tournament time, it's gonna fizzle out. I didn't realize that till recently.
Well, my mind's at this too. I know there's a lot of animosity. Like there's quite a few supers in Louisiana. So you got me, you got you, Isaac
Joe.
Saidi, Christian Moore.
Doug
Joe, right. So there's so many of us, right? And
Yep.
hey, when time comes, hey, let's all battle it out, have a good time. But my focus is I want to go out there and arrest people from Florida, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. Like you guys are all fun pulling, but I feel like we're all a team anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everything's good though. Even the like them rankings are cool because when we all closer to each other too. So if I want to go and try to pull you or something, it's not so hard to set up opposed to another state, and stuff like that. I like it. I really enjoy it.
What makes it tough pulling, your own teammates and your own people from your state, especially when you're training with those guys, sometimes like, you're able to, catch them in certain angles, or, make others look bad sometimes. It just happens like that sometimes.
Sal, on the other end, it makes for some good looking arm wrestling too.
That's true.
Because y'all are getting a war. Some people, it's like, bam, y'all don't know each other. You don't know how to stop them. Whenever you start stopping each other on the table, that can make for some good content,
I like the wars, man. I like the wars. I'd rather have a war all day than a flash pin. That's just me. I enjoy it,
Not me. I don't want as little time under tension. I want to go home now.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I just want to try to get it in and out of there. And practice, we can play. During the match, I'm like, ah. That's awesome. So when y'all pulling, do y'all prefer a strap or no strap? What y'all's favorite?
Straps. I don't even like practice out of the strap, to be honest. Like I solely pull in the strap.
No strap for me, man. I'm all about that hand, and I want to be able to move that sucker where I want to move it. But I'm learning though. I'm getting better on the strap. Just different angles I got to take. But yeah. But I prefer no strap.
Yeah, I'm with Sal. I would rather pull without a strap, but I practice in the strap constantly.
I think you should, because anytime, like if a top roll needs to be a viable option, right? And a lot of times the top roll is going to be your best option. And if you're facing somebody who's very close in strength with you and it's a high level match, both people know not to hold on. The strap's where the game fights. So those are the matches I'm training for, is the strap against people who are stronger.
That's 100%. I also think it's a little different in the 154. Y'all are super explosive.
Everybody
at that size, like y'all move so fast, and most matches at y'all's just bam, and y'all both slip out, and you can't even tell who was stronger. Sometimes you can kind of tell, but every once in a while it surprises you when they lock that strap on you, man. One guy will just be like, not today, and just a whole different world, you know.
Well, in defensive styles make fights to that. You know what I mean? A guy with a long arm, I prefer a strap, to be honest, because sometimes, even though I have a long arm too, but I can't get the height sometimes. So
Yeah,
if I get the strap, if you get the strap, then you can do, manipulate a little different.
drag them in there a little bit more. Yeah,
Kind of just
that's awesome.
crimp them in. A long arm, crimp away. Take them off the arm. But somebody with a shorter arm, I prefer, like with you, I prefer no strap because I'm trying to
Yeah,
take control that hand.
yeah, for sure. I can understand that. Yep, yep. And what's the best advice y'all can give for new arm wrestlers? Because I think there's gonna be a lot of new arm wrestlers that's gonna watch this, you know. So
I would say dial back on your normal gym lifts and just focus on rising, cupping, and rolling. Don't make it too complicated. A good wrist wrench, multi spinner, and a belt is all you really need. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And
I
you
like
can't
how
do
And
too
finally
much.
work tonight.
I have a saying that I love and I stand by and I preach to my clients all the time. Advanced people become advanced because they never don't do the basics. Your basics are rising, cupping, and rolling. You can never have too much of those three. Whichever one is your weakest point is probably where you're going to get the most returns on out of time spent training.
that's good advice, Levi. Man, I like that. You made it real simple too.
Yep.
Real simple.
I agree with that.
You agree with that too, Sal?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely couldn't have said it better. What y'all think is best for a new arm wrestler? Table time or gym time or weight time? You could say.
You go first on this one,
I,
so I'll go
I personally think table time, just the way, so you don't get in those awkward positions. You have somebody telling you. But again, to each their own. Find what works for you. Like Levi said, do those basics and then start incorporating things that you can advance those things.
Yeah,
Whether it's adding more weight. Some people like to add weight. Some people like to add less weight but do a lot of reps. So find what works for you and don't overdo it, because I know there's a few guys that like to overdo it and they're always sore. They're always broken down all the time. Craig told me, he said it to me the best. He said, because I went to him about 2 months ago. I was like, Craig, you think I should step it up, man? Do 4 days a week? He goes, no, just do 2 or 3. That's good. I said, okay. And it actually worked out better for me. So just trying to find those little adjustments that work for you, it makes all the world of difference.
Yeah,
most
I think
definitely.
starting out 3 days a week training for arm wrestling is probably enough. If you're gonna even not starting out, if you're gonna train for arm wrestling specific more than 2 or 3 times a week, a couple of those days have got to be super easy, lightweight volume for a bunch of reps. It's just not possible to go hard all the time and not be overtrained. I like personally to suggest to guys that are generally around the 2 year mark is when most arm wrestlers can efficiently execute the basic three moves: a posting top roll, a hook, and a low hand top roll.
Yeah,
I think until you get to that point, that you should probably be practicing every week.
yeah,
And training as far as weights should be secondary to table time.
yeah.
Once you
Right.
get to that point,
I'm 100% in agreement with everything you just said because that's how my journey went. I found a group of guys to arm wrestle with, and I got a lot of veterans over there. So they showed me. And speaking of one, Walter Hartman, he said, "What's up, boys?" That guy showed me a lot of stuff first starting out. So um, I did nothing but table time for about a year, and then I started hitting some little weights at the house, some real lightweight for blood flow, and I'm just did my second gym practice with one of my he's got kind of a powerlifting background, so we kind of both going in and out of powerlifting and arm wrestling specific. So uh, took about a year for my tendons to be able to recover from just practice. And I'm just getting to where now I can start getting in the gym once a week and doing table time once a week. And every other day, I try to find something super light to do with my hands just to keep them really moving and getting blood flow all through my arms all day long, like washing the car today. Whether I feel like that did so much for me as an arm wrestler, just using my fingertips and hands to get all the blood flow going in there to heal everything. So I'm really been looking into this stuff for a year now, so
Well,
hopefully
the
I'm on
key
the right
also,
track.
I
a
keep
key
me a
is also
pen.
stay consistent. Stay consistent, man. Consistency is key also. Like Levi said, a lot of these news guys get discouraged too. So, me and Christian had a couple new guys come over my house, a while back, and he came once and then he never came back because he said his arm was hurting and he was like, just he was literally elbowed in my pool crying, and me and Christian are
Yeah,
laughing,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
he just
you gotta stop them guys at their first practice. Once they get to that 30-minute marker going higher, you gotta
That's good advice, man.
yeah.
stay
I think
consistent,
I think
man,
that
and
that table time once a week makes a lot of sense until you can efficiently use those three moves, and then once you can use all three of them, and you know kind of how to block somebody with which one they're using. I think it's time to get strong then, and you can
right.
move just back to every 2 weeks and just focus on strength, at least until you get to the point where your training has taken you to your work capacity being high enough that you can practice for an hour and not get sore. Now, if you can
Yep.
have those short practices and not kill yourself, then maybe, as long as it's not holding you back from your training when you're worried about
Well,
numbers and
I suggest anybody come to you if they're anywhere near you to learn what you just said, because I tore myself up for about 3 or 4 months just giving every practice and not stopping. And I'm going home putting heating pads on my arms. My old lady in the middle of the night, I'm waking up, oh, wrap my arm, please, wrap my arm.
Mhm.
Crying. I kind of got over that now, but it probably would have
Well,
been smarter not to do so much at that point. But I was so fired up, and it's so hard for us to control ourselves when we want something so bad,
So,
So,
yeah.
but I didn't even have anybody saying, "Look, maybe you should only do 30 minutes, real hard, and then stop."
well, you learned that quick, huh?
Yeah, I
But
guess
a
I
lot of
learned
those
it.
new guys, they'll get discouraged too because you got to remember too. I think you said it best, Levi. Not tonight, but in the past, your power comes in waves too.
Mhm.
So a lot of guys will get on the table and be like, "Oh man, I've been doing all this work and now I'm getting beat. I'm not getting any stronger." Well, stop what you're doing. Give yourself time to heal, rest, and then try it again after a week. I bet you'll be 10 times as strong as you were. You
Well,
know.
I did listen. I did listen to my body after practice. That whole week, I didn't do nothing, but I could barely hug somebody for 3 days. Like it hurt to hug people, anything like that. It was
Yeah.
rough, but now I'm kind of over that hump. So
Yeah. I'll tell you something else. Is most of your soreness, Cole, coming in the inner elbow from side pressure?
no, I played baseball when I was younger.
Mhm.
It felt like I was, you know how you throw your arm out and they got that sharp pain at that point of
Mhm.
that
Mm,
hurt me more than anything.
yeah. It
It's
might
a
be
tendonitis, I think, is what it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
likely. If it's on the outside of your elbow, wait. This camera's messing me up. If it's on the outside of your elbow, it's generally from a imbalance of too much cupping. Something that will help that is kicking back.
I
Flex.
know you're right because I cup. So
Yeah,
you,
I've been having a problem with shoulder internal rotation just because we train internal rotation so much. We get an imbalance on external. You don't do a
yeah,
lot of external compared to internal. It's the same way with cup. Kicking outward will help. You can take a belt, just put it over your fingers about here, and put 5 pounds on it, and
oh
just
yeah, and that's gonna work out here, huh?
you got to put all the blood in the back of your forearm. Or if you do a rice bucket, you go in like this and then open up this way.
Nice.
Yeah, it's extensors. That's
Really,
what I always
really
tell.
good advice for anybody just getting into arm wrestling, man. Telling you this is gold. What Levi is saying and what Sal's telling y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Hey, so we got Kyle Connor just dropped a chat. He's one of your buddy Forrest Griggs friends
Yeah,
that I messaged on Facebook,
yeah. I
and
got it pulled up on the screen right here. It says, Levi, what's your rise, pronation, and cup?
man, that's a really good question. So there would take a lot of context for me to answer that, but I could give you a version of a question and give you a number, and you'll know how I did it. Then you can maybe compare to that. So my PR right now for pronation that I just broke last week is 102.5 pounds from the ground. Now
That's
that's with the goal
impressive.
being to be at 90 degrees, the belt over my thumb, and just pick the weight up and not get turned palm up. That's
Right.
not actively doing a rep. Pronation, I think as an arm wrestler, it's not about what you can rip as much as what you can fight off and keep your angles, right? So that's the angle I'm trying to keep there. For rise, my PR is 85 pounds. Now, these are right arm. My left arm's a little bit behind on most balls.
So I'm a little confused on the rise. What's the best way to do the rise?
I'm fixing to show you right here, my man. I got you.
I just did 100 pounds with pronation yesterday. So that's my PR right now, but it's like my first time trying it.
Okay, so I have a belt with just a pin, loaded pin, and on a stack, right? I keep this in my house. Oh, no, I'm losing my light. My light just fell over. Okay, so I keep this handy with just 25 pounds on it because 25 pounds is light enough that I can do multiple sets every day of this, every time I walk by it, and it not make me sore.
Right.
Improving work capacity. Okay, so I'll show you 2 ways you can do it. You go through your arm, pull the straps together, and come down the palm, and then back up over your knuckle there.
Right.
Okay, so for a rise max effort lift, I'm going to engage my rise and pick up. And as long as it doesn't dump, it's a successful lift. Generally, the rise will give before the bicep. And then for cut.
And the only other thing I can say, one thing I've been seeing people getting a lot of slack for, because I guess it's Devin's workout, whatever, not to go on the top of your knee, but to come on the inside of it.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there if anybody's putting out videos so they don't get any hate or slack about it.
Yeah, you won't have to do it all at once. And put it on Facebook. And then there's another way you can do pronation. You can wrap it. I got this one from Alden Laird the other day, actually. So you go through the thumb like you would for pronation, but you bring both straps together, ball your thumb up, make that meat on your thumb fat, and then come back up over the front. Now, with it like this, you can do like Travis Bajent talks about, make that fist.
Yeah.
Attaching things to that fist. Yeah, you're just attaching things to that fist. That's my 2 favorite ways.
I like that one. For that wrist to rise up. Keep that wrist stronger, straight up. I like that one.
Levi, that's a great exercise too, man. Add to that also the cable system over some weight, like 40, 50 pounds. Instead of keeping that strap around your thumb, but do the same thing. But instead of going around the top of your hand, go around the back of your hand. So when you post, it feels like someone's actually putting you in a hook.
Yeah, that's just a separate lift. That's a completely different lift. That's a lift on a different fundamental. I do that. I do train pronation with it around my thumb a ton. That was just another way to wrap for rise.
Yeah. Those are like max sets that you're doing though, and I just started incorporating that in. I think there's something to it. I think there's something to everybody's training. So if you could just find what's making you stronger, because I was using pulley.
Find your style too. It's important.
Huh?
So find your style. That's important too.
Yeah, it is. But I've been training a lot of different lanes to see if I'm strong anywhere else too. So try to.
I would definitely be trying to be versatile, training all of these for sure.
Yeah,
I think if your top row gets better, it makes your hook better. If you make your hook better, it makes your top row better. But to finish his question, so cup, my PR for cup with a wrist wrench at neutral position from the table, just trying to get my wrist in, I believe is like 87.5, I want to say.
That's good numbers, man, especially coming from a 154. That's impressive. You're pronating more than me already. So,
that number has been going up for like 4 years.
That's awesome. I tried it. I worked up to 100. It was really hard for me to get 100. I finally got it, like my 5th attempt. I was coming outside too much, so I had to bring my arm in and tuck it in tight, and I got it. My left, I was doing it way out there, so I don't know what's going on with my left, but I like the results of my left right now.
Nice.
I was just picking that 100 up with no problem with my left. But I'm right arm dominant, so I don't know. I'm pretty close though.
I'm to the point now where on pronation, I'm not getting turned over here. I'm keeping this, and my arm is starting to open up. I got to get more bicep and brachialis.
I got to get all that, man. I got a good hand and wrist because I got big forearms, but everything else that's what I'm working on connecting.
Yeah, get the top row.
I feel you there.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. Who's the best arm wrestler you've ever met and arm wrestled or arm wrestled? Either one.
Devin.
You've met Devin and arm wrestled him?
Twice, yeah.
How did that feel, man?
Man, it's unbelievable. Like he's got all the attributes you would ever want as an arm wrestler. He's got the long hand, he's tall, he's got long fingers. He's also, for a long, big-handed guy, it's thick too. It's so
Yeah. I was talking about that with Sal. Like, if you want, like Devin, he's working harder than any other arm wrestler's probably working. That's why he is where he is. You know, that dude's putting the time in, man. His arm is just crazy looking.
Yeah,
It's
I tell you, the
beast, man.
thing I took away from meeting him, especially the first time I met him, was you know, in videos you hear how he's 6'5" and you see that he's tall, and in his videos he kind of looks tall and skinny, but in person, even though he's 6'5", his arms look disproportionately large for his body. He does not look like a tall, skinny guy in real life. He looks like those arms belong on Shaq's body. Like it's really it's really weird.
I can imagine that now that you said.
Yeah, he's a monster for sure.
Sal, who have you got the pleasure to meet, man?
Same thing, Devin. It was in Monroe when he came down, and Tim Bresnan. So I actually got the pleasure of pulling both of them. Yep. And it was
cool, I think
like a brick wall, man.
I think meeting people like that can affect your life pretty well in arm wrestling. So just somebody you look up to, that ladder to climb. You know, I got a bunch of ladders to climb right now, so I'm fired up, man. Everywhere I look, it's like, man, can I beat that person? Do I have it? Do I have what it takes to work that hard and get there and where they are? You know, are they work? I could be doing something sitting on my butt somewhere, and like, man, is somebody up doing something right now, passing me up? You know, I got them feelings about it, so I'm fired up. That's why I wanted to do this podcast, man. I love talking about arm wrestling. I think it's an amazing sport. People are really getting out there with it too.
Right. It'll be good for Louisiana too, man, because in the podcast world and video world, it's kind of Louisiana's in a gray area. We're not getting a lot of publicity here. California,
that's exactly how I feel about
up north, and this will be a good thing. It can only grow. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to get. Maybe I'll try to do this once a week. Y'all can come back anytime y'all want. It's kind of going to be open to anybody in Louisiana. Might have some special guests, hopefully, that we can get from out of town to come talk to us and stuff, man, and set up some matches with these other people from other cities and states and everywhere, man. So
sounds good. They got one like that. 154 and got a pocket full of money. You make sure you call me, bud.
I like that. Y'all heard that.
That's right.
All Levi, if you got a little money on it, he'll find you.
That's right. Well, look, fellas, it was great catching up with y'all, but I got to get off of here. Y'all keep slaying, and I'm sure I'll talk to y'all.
Levi, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Thank you for taking your time to do this.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I'd love to do it again.
Talk. It was awesome, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all
stay strong, guys. Sal, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. This was pretty awesome.
Thank you, man.
We got a few people came in and watched us. That's pretty cool. Walter seen us. That's my dude right there. He said he's coming back soon. So
is he? That's good, man. That's good. Like I say, it's going to grow, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think in a couple of weeks he's going to come down. So. Yep.
Yeah, I know Christian Moore called me the other day, and he's saying that there's a guy in Texas. He wants to pull me and Christian left and right hand. So maybe if you're hungry, I get your name out there too. It's Mark. His name is Mark Grisham. They call him Mark Grippler, I believe, on Facebook. Look him up. He's a really big dude.
Mark Grippler.
Yeah, he looks strong. Yeah, real strong guy. So I'm thinking about taking a match with him. But, I'm trying to get those guys to come to Louisiana State, so we'll see.
I'd say you think that's going to be after state?
Well, I mean, they want to do it soon, but, we got so much things going on work. And
yeah, because I was actually talking to Paul Italia on a podcast the other day, and he was talking about getting me to go arm wrestle some of them guys in Texas. He knows a lot of people out there.
Yeah, I know Mark. I think his real name is Mark Grisham. Or something like that, but he's Mark Grippler, I believe. So we'll see. It's in talking right now. I know Christian's offshore right now. When he gets back here, we'll talk about it.
Look, Archer Madhouse said, "You're being modest, Sal. I have video of you making Devin have to grunt a little there."
Nah, he was being nice, man. He was being nice.
Nah, I seen it too actually. So yeah, he's putting a
He
little
was
bit,
being nice,
putting a
man.
little bit on there.
And respect him, he was tired, man.
Yeah, but that's what he
Man, that man's
does,
a
man. He'll
machine.
go, you know him. He'll sit on that table for 4 hours. Whoever walks up to it, strap it up
Oh
and
yeah,
go with it. It's crazy, man.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's good things, man. Are you gonna which one of these are you coming to all these tournaments or
I'm not sure, man. I think I'm gonna try to do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the one in was it Kenner? I believe it is.
yeah, that's the Bayou Muscle one, Spring
Yeah, I'm
Madness.
not sure if I could. I'm not sure. It's my stepdaughter's graduation, and I'm not sure if I'm available for that day.
Okay, we know you're gonna be at
But I'm gonna
Louisiana
try to
State.
do. I'll be at Louisiana State for sure.
Bayou
I
Classic in
gotta
New
get
Orleans,
that bio classic. I'll try to be there.
and then
I
there's
would like to go do a Florida event too.
yeah.
Would
Let's
love to do
see.
a Florida event. Would love.
I'd like to go to that with you, man, and we can bring some of these Louisiana boys like you want to do, and go hit them up over there. There's the one in Sulphur. That's pretty close to you, I believe, huh?
Yeah, I
And
try to be in that one too. That's a
yeah,
Fit for Life. Yeah, yeah.
they
We'll see.
calling it
We'll
the.
see for
I
that.
think it's the Fit for Life, but they calling it the Bayou Brawl 2 in Sulphur,
Okay.
Louisiana, the West Cal Event Center. That's one with last year they had bodybuilders and people lifting weight.
Right.
Yeah, and the arm wrestling. It
Yeah.
was like a trio. I thought that was cool, man. We didn't have that many arm wrestlers though, so
Right.
hopefully we can get them fitness expos. I feel like that's exposure. Like I feel like that's the ones we should be showing up to more because there's other people there. Power lifters really transfer into arm wrestling a lot. So
It's a good event. It's fun. You get some pretty, decent people pull up. I know, BJ pull up for that one.
Rita was there
Wayne,
last year. Matt,
Wayne will come.
yeah,
Jonathan Brito will show up. So you got some talent that shows up for that one for sure. It's a
yeah, it
good
was
one.
cool. We had fun. That was my daughter. It was her first tournament, and she beat Archer's wife over there on that tournament, and that kind of got her into arm wrestling. They
Yep.
had a good little war their last match, though, left-handed. I'm excited
Oh,
to
they
see
did.
if she's working
I
out. I
remember.
believe she's trying to close that gap up a little bit there, and that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what it's gonna be like now. And I think Angela's been she's been putting the work in too, man. So I think they all been.
Yeah, man. Seem like the women are getting tough over here too, not just the men. I've seen at Crawdads for all our super matches and everything, which I thought that was really
Hmm.
cool. That was something I think the Louisiana ranking system you put together. That's that system pretty much made all that kind of happen the way it happened. You know what I'm
Well, it
trying to
needs to
say?
happen more, man, because I enjoyed pulling with those guys up there. That again, they have a great crew up there, man. They got Dalton Moses. They have
Yeah, man. Oh,
Doug Lambert.
I wanted to mention something too about Dalton Moses got a hog hunt.
I've
Did you
seen
see
that,
that?
man. I've seen that. I seen
I
that
thought that was
last
pretty
week, but I've seen it
interesting.
today. I
I just
know.
wanted to put that out there. He's a fellow arm wrestler, and he's doing something that looks to be kind of cool, man. A little bit of money payout.
If he's doing it
So
next year, I definitely want to try to get on board, man, because it looks
yeah, I
fun.
thought that was kind of cool, man. I thought that was interesting, and you got to bring the hog back alive, and that's pretty interesting, man. Go out there
Oh wow.
with your dogs. It's a dog hunt, I think, and there's a purse. They take all the money, and there's first, second, third place, and you win money. And I thought that was pretty interesting, man. It ain't nothing to do with arm wrestling, except it's an arm wrestling guy doing it. So I thought I'd put that out there for him. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Yeah,
Yep.
so tournaments for me, man. I'm thinking Louisiana State for sure. The one that Sean Hancock has coming up in New Orleans. I've been talking to David out there in Arkansas, so I'd like to go pull a couple of his events. Maybe possibly go to Florida. Definitely do Mississippi
Yeah.
and a few more. Try to catch Tennessee again.
Yep. Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, so
We try to
that's
make something happen with this Florida thing, and whenever we get it all set up, we can come on here and talk about it, get it out there a little bit, see if we can
sounds good, man.
make sure everybody from Florida knows we coming. So maybe they kind
Man,
of
we need to let
rustle
everybody
them up,
know. We need to
rustle
let
them up a little
everybody know
bit,
we coming. You
rustle
let
them up a
everybody know
little
we
bit.
coming.
Might have a better turnout that way. I like
Louisiana's coming, man.
yeah, we coming we coming. We definitely
Louisiana's
coming.
coming.
And we here if you want to come pull us at our events too. A while back I heard it's where champions come to lose. So I heard something about that when I first started. So
That's it.
yeah, man, I think this is pretty cool, man, and we'll be doing it more.
Yeah, man.
I need to reach out to Chop, see if he wants to come on here. He's about the most popular arm wrestler in Louisiana, I would say, just because he was on the TV show and he hosts.
Wow. Dan Mosier, Craig
Oh yeah,
Touye,
Dan.
you know.
They got a few people that might have a little, but Chop's a good dude, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, very
Chop,
knowledgeable, man. A lot to learn, man. So,
dude.
I've been training with Chop for the past, I would say, 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I learned a lot from him, man. And again, travel with Chop, you go over
Hey,
Craig's, go over here,
and he made a
experience.
video earlier. His son was working out in the video, but we all know who was really working out in the
Who's
background
that?
there.
Whose
Matt,
video?
Matt Chop. He posted a little video. I think he was working out, and his son was coming over there trying to lift weights.
He
Like,
is.
I'm
He
pretty sure.
is.
Pretty sure behind the scenes over there, Matt's
Listen,
getting ready to come destroy some people. So
listen, let me tell you, I know he is, man, because I'll tell you why, man. For a 42-year-old guy, man, I'm still trying to put the work in. It's hard sometimes. I got back issues. But I know I'm getting stronger. It's showing, man. I just won Alabama State, right
yeah,
hand.
I was about to shout you out. If nobody
you,
knows
man.
that's listening to this, Sal, he went to Alabama State, won the super heavyweight, so it was very impressive.
Thank you, man. Yeah, so Chop and Chop, he teases me all the time. He goes, "Bro, quit sandbagging me, bro." I'm not, dude. I'm not. I'm not sandbagging you. Oh, whatever, man. And then he don't get mad at me, but he teased me about it. He thinks I'm sandbagging
Explain
him.
to new pullers what sandbagging exactly is.
Oh man, sandbag is when you show up to practice and you're thinking you have the edge on somebody. They're like teasing you, and you're like, "Oh man, he's sandbagging," and then you go back the next day, and then that person will just destroy you. You're like, "What happened? What happened last week? I was giving you a challenge. This week you're destroying me. What happened?" So
that happens
yeah,
too, man. When you practice with a group of people for so long,
it does have. Well, not only that though, but again, back to your it comes and goes in waves. Your power core comes and goes in waves, man. In arm wrestling,
yeah,
because there's days that I feel fresh. I show up to practice, so I'm like, oh my god, I'm weak. So the guy, the lower tier new guy is giving me hell. I'm like, what the happened?
yeah,
What's going on? Just had nothing for him, and then you go back a couple weeks later, and then it's you and the top guy going back and forth,
no
back and forth.
problem. Yep, yeah.
Just kind of one of the things.
I've felt that. I have felt that, man. Most
Yeah.
definitely, dude.
And then and I'm gonna tell you too. So a lot of Louisiana guys. Any advice for a lot of Louisiana guys coming in? So pretty much wherever you go in Louisiana, there's top tier guys there, right? And once you start going back and forth with some of those guys, quit questioning yourself, because those are some of the top guys around, right? And if you can start giving some of those guys a war, you're gonna go start doing decent in some of the tournaments.
That is such a truth, man. I was blessed to get introduced to Grant and Kyle Abear and all
Perfect
them.
example. We had a Jack Bartley. His name is Hellbent. I call him Hellboy. I won't call him Hellbent until he beats me, and then I'll call him Hellbent. Until then, he's Hellboy. So he was. So listen, he like him too. He calls. We talk all the time. He gets discouraged. He's like, "Oh man, I just want to be up." I'm like, "Listen, you're doing good." And he went to Alabama. He cleaned house, man. He was He was catching everybody. He'd go, "No."
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
That's too funny, bro. I'd like to get him on here and so he can talk about his experience. I like to have older guys with some newer guys on here, that way it's fresh on their mind. Everything, like for me, it's fresh on my mind right now. All the hurt I went through.
Oh yeah, it's awful, man.
Like it's horrible, but I came out. I'm on top of it. I quit hurting so much. Now everything's just starting to look more natural and better when I'm pulling, and it
Takes
just
about a year, man. It takes if you stay consistent 2-3 times a week,
yeah,
your pulling pains, your beginner pains will go away. Because it took me a good year, especially right here, man, like right inside the joint right here. Oh, it's awful.
yeah.
Just
I get a lot of pain.
pulsing.
I got a lot of pains right there from tournaments. That quick
Mhm.
hit on it. In practice, we do a lot of slow pulling, and I wish we'd do a little more hit training, but it's dangerous. It can be dangerous to hurt people. So we kind of just slow pull. Don't want to hurt nobody, but
Right. Well, and the
definitely,
goal is to get stronger too. You know what I mean?
definitely on the inside. That during tournaments, that's where I felt that. So yeah,
Well, I was worried
blind.
there for a while, man, when I hurt my shoulder. I get it, man. Those little pains, sometimes I feel like they're never going to heal. Just
Yeah,
give it time and stay positive, man, because they will
stay
heal.
off of it a little bit. That'll teach you a new way to arm wrestle too. Sometimes a different
Yeah,
lane.
it's true.
Yeah, yeah,
It is true.
that's awesome, man. So
So what
yeah,
about you, man? So what do you got in mind for you next couple tournaments? What do you got? What are you looking
yeah.
forward
I
to?
mean, what kind of? I'll get to gauge it out. I'm still at a gauging point because I haven't got to travel around and feel all the hands I want to. Like for our practice over there, the name I forget, Crawdads. I got to feel some different hands and see about where I'm at. So,
Yeah,
and it felt good. It seemed like I was one of the best in the room. You know what I mean? Like everybody kind of had a little trouble with me, so that gave me a little gauge of where I'm at. This tournament, I don't know who's gonna show up to it March 30th. That's my next tournament. That's at the end of what it's almost the end of this February, so the end of March, I'll be able to gauge a little more and hopefully get a little more confidence. I'm lacking confidence
yeah.
due to inexperience. So the more experience I'm gonna get, hopefully I get more confidence.
It takes time, man. It just takes a lot of time. I mean, I put myself out there for years, and I was barely placing some of these tournaments, man. And then all of a sudden, it just things start clicking for you. They just started placing a little higher and higher and a little higher and higher, and then you start winning, and before you know it, just can't stop, man. Just gotta keep on going. Stay
Yeah,
positive. Stay
yeah,
healthy. Try to eat
that's a
right.
different journey than what I had. I had a friend start with me. I'm not gonna mention his name. I don't know if he wants me to, but he came to 2 tournaments with me, and he kind of phased off for him. He wasn't like automatically one of the stronger amateurs, and he was strong though, and he was working. And if he would have never stopped, he'd probably be way ahead of where he is now, having stopped.
Right.
But
Well, that's the thing is getting past that first year, man. Getting past those pains.
yeah,
And just understand if you're putting the work in, you're getting stronger, man. You're getting stronger.
it's
And
happening.
people got their different style, man. Me, I don't. I hate to say this, but I'm not a traditional weight guy. I like my bands. I
Yeah.
love my band work. So I'm
What I like
consistently
about the
working out
band,
with 200 pounds.
I have one at work. So when I'm at work and I got a minute, I can just grab my band and do some pronation, some rise, everything. I know you've probably seen that video. I had 3 of my employees grab the band and just pull on it as hard as they could.
It's cringy. It's cringy. It's
Hey,
cringy.
it's creative though. But listen, Doug Lambert put a comment on there and I wasn't thinking. I'm just like, yeah, pull on it. I want to make a video. And Doug Lambert put it in the comment, if that band snapped, you would have lost your whole crew. And I'm like, damn, I would have lost my whole crew. That was all my servers I had in the building at that time pulling on there. They would have all bumped their head and all. I'm like, oh man, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
Sometimes you
we
do
don't.
things, don't think about everything first. Luckily, that didn't happen, so it made kind of a cool video. I thought.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun, man. But it looked. I was like, ooh, that's a bad angle. Come on, Cole. Come
Oh,
on, get it, Cole.
well, they pulled it. You seen how they pulled me out? They pulled my elbow off, and I had to work to
Way
get
out
back
there.
in. Yeah, and I had to work to get that back in and hit them reps. I was on camera. I wasn't about to make myself look bad. I had to get it. So it was cool. It's cool. I'm trying to do some creative things, get people interested. But
Yep. Yeah.
I
So
think
if anybody's available this weekend, man, check out Hope Fest in Lafayette. You know, we're gonna have about 10 arm wrestlers there, 8 to 10 people, and we're putting on the show for the student union. It's actually their Hope Fest, and they're gonna be like again, an Ironman competition, a pull-up bar, probably push-up competition,
oh, that's
and
cool, man.
beat an arm wrestler. So it should be fun.
Well, if you're into fitness and arm wrestling, that's the
From,
place to be. It sounds like some of these new guys might want to come out there.
well, not only for arm wrestling, but they're putting on a festival too. So they're putting on bands. They got a bunch of a music festival. They have the 5K race.
I'm gonna have to make that next year. I hope they do it again.
Yeah,
I hope they do it again.
yeah, it'd be fun. So they do it every year. They do it every year.
Yeah. So to close it up, I just wanted to talk a little more about getting the attention here in Louisiana. Some more guys come to our tournaments. I don't see many states really. I've talked to a lot of older guys. They go to travel other states, and they said them boys just ain't got it like we got it.
I've been hearing the same thing, but you never know, man. But I'm excited to see, man. Let's just see who comes,
Yeah.
Or if not, we're gonna go because I told you.
Yeah.
I told you last year. I
Get
said
out,
2024 year, we're going.
Yeah. So anybody listens to this and they think they got some guys that could beat us in some other states, you know what I mean? Let's get together. If they're not too well known, that'd be a perfect opportunity for to get known a little bit, We'll set some matches up.
Any weight class, man, from 154 to supers.
Yeah,
left or right. We got it all.
Sure. We definitely got them all. And
we got them all, man.
Like I said, you're my first official guest. I couldn't have had anybody better on. I know you love the sport. You're one of the only guys I could sit on the phone with, and all of a sudden it's 45 minutes, and all we've done was talk about arm wrestling. We've done that like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, holy crap! We've been.
I think every time we talk, we just talk about arm wrestling and food.
Yeah, and food. But every time I look, I'm like, holy shit! We've been on the phone almost 50 minutes, man, and it don't feel like it, because we just talking about something we love, man.
That's it, man. Well, look, I really appreciate you having me.
I'm going to do one next week. You're welcome. Let me know if you want to say. Maybe you could talk to somebody you would like to get on here and get them out there. It could be Matt. It could be any guy that arm wrestles with you. Let me know. You don't have to come on. It's nothing. Maybe you could send them my way. He could be a guest. We could talk. Anybody who
sounds good, man. Let's make it happen.
Try and get Louisiana.
I like it, man.
All right,
let's do it. Let's get out there. Hey, be good. I appreciate we'll talk soon. All right, buddy.
Man. All right, bye. That was it.